Hello, greetings, everybody. I pray and hope that this message reaches you in the best of health, in the best of mind, and of course, in the best of our spirit. Today, I wanted to address a video that I came across like 2 days ago on Facebook. A video that was posted by a politician from the United States of America who goes by the name Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is a member of the United States of America's Republican Party, same party as Trump. He is a member of the Trump party. So Ted Cruz kind of took upon himself a few days ago to sit down and make a video calling for what he considered an end, or calling for an end to what he considered a genocide against Nigerian Christians. Ted Cruz made this video, and in this video, he talks about an end or stopping the genocide that's going on against Christians in Nigeria. This is the video. Check it out.
We're also going to talk about legislation I introduced this week to protect Christians in Nigeria. Nigeria has seen a persecution of Christians that has been staggering. Just this week, over 60 people were murdered by jihadists, by radical Islamists in northeastern Nigeria. They executed soldiers. They went house to house. This pattern of targeting Christians, targeting Catholic priests, targeting individual men, women, and children is horrific. And my legislation would put real consequences on the government of Nigeria and those who are facilitating this persecution, put real consequences on them to change that.
So as you guys have heard in the video, Ted Cruz pretends to call for an end to what he considered a genocide going on against Nigerian Christians in Nigeria. As you guys know, there is this movement throughout the African continent, especially Western Africa and some Eastern African countries like Somalia. There is this movements that calls themselves Islamic jihadists. In Somalia, you have what they call Al-Shabaab. They are terrorizing the Somali people there. In Nigeria, you have what they call Boko Haram. They are terrorizing the Nigerian people there. And in Mali, in Niger, and in Burkina Faso, you also have groups there such as Al-Nusra, such as ICC. You understand? As you know, it's the Westerners who give them all these names. You understand? As if they are the ones who have invented these groups. They know them so well that you will think they kind of dine with them every day. You understand? So like I was saying, in Mali, Burkina Faso, and in Niger, you also have different groups there under different names. They also pretend to be fighting for Islamism, you understand, to kind of have Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger run under what they believe is a Sharia law. You understand? What I want to Africans to understand, what I want Nigerians in particular, and the Africans collectively to understand, is that these groups have nothing to do with religion. Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, Al-Nusra, Al-Murabitun, all these scumful groups that you hear of terrorizing people on the African continent, doing so in the name of Islam or religion. They have nothing to do with Islam or with any religion for that matter. They have nothing to do with religion. If you guys know Somalia, for instance, Somalia is 100% Muslim. Wherever that you meet Somalis, when you see the women, they cover their heads. Even if you meet them outside of Somalia, even if you meet them in Europe, it is rare to see Somalis who don't cover their heads. Women, of course, who don't cover their head. It is hard to see grown-up Somalis who really don't practice Islam to its fullness. You understand? So how come still in Somalia you have a group calling themselves jihadists who are fighting against the Somali people, who are bombing the Somali people day and night, who are terrorizing the Somali people day and night, who are destroying the infrastructure, hotels, etc., day and night, every chance they get? How come you said you are Islamic fighters or jihadists or Muslim jihadists or Islamic jihadists? How come you then are terrorizing people that are 100% Muslims? It doesn't make sense at all. You understand? If you go to Mali in Western Africa, or Burkina Faso or Niger, the people terrorizing people there, They do their terrorization indiscriminately. They don't care if you're a Muslim. They don't care if you're a Christian. They don't care if you're atheist. They don't care who the hell you are or represent as a religion. They go and alive everybody. Any village that you go to, they don't care about religion. In fact, 99% of the victims of the so-called jihadists in Mali are Muslims like themselves. They don't care about their age. They don't care about your gender. They don't care about your religion. Because they are not there for a religious fight. They are not Muslims and they are not there for religious fight. You understand? They massacre anybody that comes their way. Anybody that they can get their hands on. They will massacre you. In Nigeria, Christians get more attacks from my observation than Muslims. But these people, they don't care. They don't care who you are. How do they know you are a Muslim or a Christian when they just go to town and start indiscriminately shooting people? Or go to schools and start indiscriminately shooting people? How the hell do they know who is a Muslim and who is a Christian and who is atheist? They cannot know. They are not gods. So like I said earlier about the situation of Mali and Somalia, these people, so-called Boko Haram, are not Muslims and they have nothing to do with Islam. So all these groups throughout the African continent who are terrorizing people or destabilizing our countries in the name of Muslim jihadism or Islamic jihadism, it is all a lie. They have nothing to do with Islam. They have nothing to do with being Muslim. They have nothing to do, in fact, with any religion. These are individuals handpicked by some obscurantist, evil foreign forces and provided with guns to destabilize a particular areas. They get paid to do this. They have nothing to do with God or with religion. They get paid to do this. They get paid by these demonic obscurantist foreign forces to destabilize our countries. They have more guns. In Mali, there was a time the terrorists, the so-called Islamic terrorists, they were more armed than the Malian National Army. I'm telling you guys. They had more arms, heavier arms than had the Malian National Army. How do they get these arms? Do you make arms in Mali? Or anywhere in Africa, but for that matter? Do they make arms themselves, the Boko Haram or militants, or mostly illiterates who cannot even read mostly the Quran? Mostly they cannot even read the Quran or understand what's written in the Quran. You understand? Same thing with the Al-Shabaab militants. They are handpicked, like I said earlier, by obscurantist, demonic foreign forces and put on a mission to destabilize a particular strategic areas on the African continent and keep these areas destabilized so that these demonic obscurantist evil foreign forces can have motives to intervene in our countries militarily in the name of fighting against terrorism. And through this interventionism, what will happen is that they will get to control these areas of those particular places where they have hired these so-called dummies, Islamists, to destabilize in the name of Islamic jihadism. Fellow Africans, it is all about a control. You understand? Whether it's Boko Haram, Al-Nusra, Al-Shabaab, Al-Murabitun, etc., etc. They are all a demonic, obscurantist forces. They're all political forces. Organized, hired, getting paid and getting armed, or being armed, provided with arms by some demonic, evil foreign forces, with the objective of keeping our countries destabilized, with keeping us in instability, social instability, economic instability, developmental instability. And when we are in war among ourselves or our countries are destabilized, development of the country becomes stagnant. It becomes idle. It cannot develop. because there is instability. You understand? There's instability. People cannot work. Even the wealth, the resources that we have under the earth, they cannot be extracted or be made products because there's instability. People are even afraid of going to work on these mines. People are afraid to go and work in these mines or work on them because they're afraid they will be attacked by these armed groups. You understand? So what I want to tell Ted Cruz is that what exactly Ted Cruz is talking about on the situation of Nigeria with this stupid Boko Haram is the same thing Trump has proposed to Congo. As you guys know, they have also managed to keep Congo destabilized. They couldn't create in that zone Islamic jihadism because there is no many Muslims in that area. You understand, like in Nigeria, in Mali, in Niger, and Burkina Faso. So what they have done there is to keep the country under a rebellion, instability of internal rebellion. You understand? The people fighting among themselves while the resources are being looted and taken out the country with the help of the United Nations. These obscurantist, demonic, evil foreign forces who are behind all this instability that is happening in our countries. Behind all of them, or they are all supported by the UN itself. The UN is their number one big tool. They can use always to legitimize an attack against a country, like they did in Libya, like they did in Iraq, like they did in Afghanistan and other places. You understand? So same thing, like I was saying, is what's happening in Congo. Not very long ago, what did Trump say? Trump said to the Congolese government, you have to let us control the mineral wealth of your country, and we will jump in there and end the decades of bloodshed or terror against the Congolese people. That's what Trump has proposed to Congolese dummy president who know nothing about Congo, who is just elected by France and Belgium and the United States of America and Britain. Congo's current president was raised in Belgium. He knows nothing about Congo, but still the Europeans have managed to elect him as the president of Congo because through him they can get to further manipulate the Congolese people and further control the wealth of Congo, without which many of their technological stuffs might stop working because they don't have the necessary or the elements that it takes to create or to produce these technological or electronic stuffs. You understand? So what I want to tell the Africans is that it is time to start reading the world as it really is. I want Nigerians to understand that without people such as Ted Cruz, there wouldn't be Boko Haram. There wouldn't be Boko Haram. Boko Haram is created, like I was saying, by evil foreign obscurantist forces. And they have nothing to do with religion. Don't fool yourselves. They have nothing to do with religion. They have nothing to do with religion or with God. In fact, these people's actions can be called sacrilegious. They go to villages and indiscriminately eliminate entire population there. They don't care about age, gender. They don't care about your religion. I'm telling you guys. Just observe how they act. You will easily understand that these people have nothing to do with any religion. You understand? They are there only to keep our country destabilized. Because only through destabilization of our countries and through our bloodshed and our suffer, many of these demonic foreign forces can keep controlling us socially, politically, and economically. Fellow Africans, it is time to wake up and stop allowing ourselves to be played. It has been like 1,000 years, almost 1,000 years, since we have been getting trampled upon by everybody. Every other people walk all over us. Every other people fools us. Every other people control and dominates us. It is time to wake up and stop allowing ourselves to be played by people such as Ted Cruz. You think Ted Cruz cares about you as a Nigerian? He don't care whether you are a Muslim or a Christian. He don't care about you. Ted Cruz will never care about you enough to sit and make a video and call for an end to a suffer that you are going through or a problem you are having. Because without you having problem, Ted Cruz won't do well. That's what you should understand. They doing well depends on us doing well. Depends on us not doing well at all in our lives. Fellow Africans, it is time to wake up. Neither is Al-Shabaab a Muslim organization or a Muslim movement or a Muslim group. Neither is Boko Haram a Muslim group or a Muslim movement. Neither Al-Nusra, Al-Murabitun, or all those scam groups terrorizing people on the African continent in the name of Muslim, in the name of Islam. None of them are in fact Muslims. And all you need is ability to think, observe and think, and you will easily understand that these people are not there for religion. Why are they not in Saudi Arabia? Why are they not in Dubai? Do you think Dubai is more Muslim than Nigeria? Is purer than Nigeria? No. But why don't they go there? Fellow Africans, it is time to wake up and start thinking. Ask yourselves, why is it that it is only black Africa they chose? Why don't they go to Algeria? Why don't they go to Tunisia? You will never see a Tunisian take a gun to go and shoot other Tunisians in the name of religion. You will never see it. You can see it only among us dummies who easily sell ourselves. You will never see a Moroccan take a gun to go and shoot other Moroccans in the name of religion. There are Jewish people in Tunisia. There are Christians there. Same thing with Morocco. Same thing with Algeria. Same thing with Egypt. But do you ever see in these countries a person take a gun to go and shoot his fellow man in the name of religion? No, they don't do it because they understand that these people are his brothers. You understand? Nobody can convince him or pay him enough money to go and shoot his own brother because he understands that his well-being, his success, and his respect on this planet Earth is intertwined with his brother, no matter what religion he practices. Hey, Africans, people don't care about what religion you practice. White people sees one that look at you is black people, is Africans. Keep that in your minds. So once again, to Ted Cruz, you should mind your business in the United States of America there. What you are trying to do is to convince the Nigerians that they need intervention of the United States of America, a military intervention of the United States of America, so that you can again build more military bases in Nigeria in the name of fighting against terrorism, which you have tried in Iraq and have failed, which you have tried in Afghanistan and have failed, because your intention isn't to go and fight against Islamism or whatsoever. But when you go there, what you do is to make those destabilization groups even more powerful. Because without the destabilization of these countries, you cannot exploit these countries. You cannot loot the wealth of these countries. You cannot control the politics and the economics of these countries. That's why it's always in your interest, you Ted Cruz and your masters. It is in your interest that our countries are destabilized. And these demonic, stupid groups that are destabilizing our countries and terrorizing our people are all made by you guys. You are behind the creation of these groups, like Malians have recently discovered that France was in fact behind all the terrorist activities that France was pretending to be fighting against. The Malians got rid of France. And now, where is the terrorists? They disappeared. They got rid of France and started collaborating or cooperating with Russia. The terrorists suddenly disappeared. You understand? Ted Cruz, you are a demonic person. I hope Nigerians understand that you never cared about them and you will never care about them. And all you are after is lobbying for a Western military group that want to go and install their base in Nigeria, which I believe the Nigerian people will never allow. Peace out.